Hi, it's me, Paddy again. Second episode of Freefalling Through Canvas apps. First episode we just started off with the basics, started our Easy Opportunities app from a template, pulled in some opportunities, displayed them, checked them on a mobile device, checked them in preview. This episode we're going to look at pulling some relevant data in there so that our sales guys can look them up and easily identify what opportunities they need to look at and drill into them. Enjoy.
The next thing I want to do is add the account name to the items in our gallery. So back in the browser, in the Power Apps area, select Easy Opportunities Manager, click the ellipse and click Edit. Now, I want to update this item here, subtitle 1, so that it displays the name of the account. To do that, naturally I would click the Browse Gallery item and click Fields and add it in there, but have a look at subtitle 1 in this list. It doesn't contain the accounts attribute. Now that's because what we want to do, the account field in Dynamics 365 is a lookup to another entity, the related account entity, and the account name resides on the account. So we need to create a relationship between the account entity and our Canvas app and pull the name field through. In order to do that, or the best way that I've found to do that, is close the data pane, select the control we want to edit, and the text property, which is selected by default. We'll change that to this item dot account, where account is the name of the field, the lookup field that creates the relationship. And if we put a dot after that, the Canvas app goes and gets all the attributes that are associated with the account entity. And one of the first ones we've got there is name, and that's the one we're looking for. So hitting enter should show us the name, and that's us now pulled the name through of our Canvas app. So now we have topic and name. The next piece of information that's helpful to my sales team when they're looking at a list of opportunities is the estimated close date. So I'm going to put the estimated close date in this field here, and it's called body 1. I'm just going to keep the name, the label the same, but it's quite a big field. I'm just going to resize it by clicking and dragging the box, make it a bit smaller, and then I can reposition it near the bottom by using the arrow keys. Right there, it's fine. Now, an estimated close date is a date field, and I can actually, despite it not being a text field, I can still select it by selecting the Browse Gallery control, go to the Fields property, click Edit. I can just choose estimated close date from the drop down list. And it displays fine, so all the formatting is done on that field. Although it is just kind of floating about here on its own, I could add a label to say what the field is, but rather than add a label, I'm just going to amend this text property to have some text at the start of it. So the text I'm going to have is a quick description of the field, so est close date, and I can concatenate those two bits of text using the AND sign, just like in Excel. And then that's a bit bigger than what we thought, so it goes underneath it. Just make that field a bit bigger, and you can see that looks quite good now. We've got estimated close date and then the date. So I want to add one more field to my list of opportunities, and that's the estimated revenue field. So if I was following my instincts, I would click Browse Gallery, I would edit the fields property, and I'd expect to see an add sign up here. That's not the case, at least not yet. So in order to add a new attribute to these items, I can click the Insert menu and click Label to add one, but I want it to be the same format as the estimated close date. So to make that easier for myself, rather than mess about with all these properties on a new control, I can just select the body 1 existing label, click Ctrl C on my keyboard, and then Ctrl V. So that copies it and then pastes it. So this is an exact copy, other than the name, of the body 1 control, my estimated close date control, and I can reposition that just next to it. So this is the exact same except including the content, so I can change that content. And the best way of doing that is to edit the text property. So let's just delete everything out of the text property, and we'll put in this item dot est revenue. And that shows us our estimated revenue. But again, it doesn't look right. I'd want to put a label at the start of it and then format it so that it looks like a currency, a value, a monetary value. First of all, I'll just add the description at the start of the field, just the exact same way as I did with the estimated close date. So this is estimated revenue. We use ampersand, and that's looking better already. Then we need to format this value. Just as a tip as well that I've learned, before I start doing any formula, I like to just take a copy of the formula that works in my notepad. Because I've found that when you start copying formula, sometimes it can become quite complicated and you get it wrong. This is for me from a beginner's point of view. You get it wrong and you find it quite hard to get it back to the way you wanted it. Or you've got so many undos and redos, it all gets a bit confusing. So if I've got something that actually works on a starting point, I'll copy it and put it in Notepad, and then I can always just copy and paste that back in and start again. So we want to change this bit here, and the way to format the data that's in that attribute, we need to use the text formula, and we need to use text to format a value. So the first thing we need to do is to put a text function in there, and we get a little helper up the top here which says the first thing it's expecting within the text function is a value. And if we were to just put in this item dot estimated revenue like we had before, that's already text. You have to convert that to a value first, and to do that you use the value formula. The first, again up this helper here, the first parameter the value formula is looking for is the text, and we know what the text is. We've already used the text. That's this item dot est revenue. Then we can close our value function, and again look at the top here for tips on what's coming next. we're still within the text function and we're still within the first parameter. So in order to specify the next parameter, just enter a comma. The next thing I want to do is the format text, and that's a bit of formula that you can use to tell the Canvas app how to render that value. In this case, again you can look this up, I'll put links to where I got this. I actually got this from one of the articles in the Power Apps community support forums. You add text, put some square brackets. What we're doing now, we're specifying the language that we're going to go. We're going to format the text in. We're going to do it as English and GB because that's where I am based. Then we're going to specify the format we want the value in. Want it in pounds. We then want, oops, 3 numbers, and we use hashtags to represent them, a comma, and then 2 numbers. I'm not going to bother putting in decimal places for this example, I'm just going to have them as whole numbers. So close our quotation marks. Oops, I've already got them closed. And then close our text function. And we can see that that's formatted how we want it. That looks quite good now. One of the things I kept doing wrong in this is that I didn't put the comma in there, and if you look at what happens, that sometimes comes out. That breaks the formula. I've had it before as well where this sometimes comes out as part of the text. Let's just undo that. And again, what I'll do, I'm going to copy that and paste that into my clipboard because we know that's working. While I'm on this, it's worth pointing out a tip here. If I click this arrow, it gives me a bit more room to work with. If I click format text, it gives me a kind of format, my formulas in a bit more a format that I can read easier. That to me is a lot easier to read. I can see what's going on rather than a full string of text. If you're used to Excel, you might be used to the longer formulas, I get all in one line, but I just find that a lot easier to read, and that helped me when I was facing my problems with having this in the wrong function. I think what I was doing, I was having this in that bracket there, and it just wasn't working for me. But that was a bit of a tip that I found helped me. So that's us got our estimated revenue in the right format. So this is fine if we're working in a system that has a single currency, but because we're connected to CDS and Dynamics 365 for customer engagement, which is capable of handling multiple currencies, then it's not great because we want that currency symbol there to be dynamic, because this isn't in British pounds, this is in possibly dollars, or the currency is set at the opportunity level. So luckily on an opportunity we can get to the attributes on the currency entity. So we've got currency, clicking through to that, we also have currency symbol as an attribute on there. So if we go back to our Power Apps and change our formula to, well, first of all we want to take that currency sign away. We want to add a related entity here. This item dot currency and this currency symbol. And that now looks a lot better because it takes the currency symbol from the currency that's associated to our opportunity.
Hope you enjoyed that video, and I hope it gave you a bit of an insight into some of the quirkiness that I'm finding while working with Canvas apps. It may be quirky, but it's good fun finding out all those little quirks, finding how to do things properly, and that's why I love working with Microsoft Business applications and why I've loved working with Dynamics 365 for custom engagement all these years. Next episode, we will be looking at adding an owner field and a status field. And those fields are different types again. You've got the owner field, which can either be a team or a user, and so we're going to look at polymorphic lookups. And then you've got the status field, which is an option set, and they've got their own quirks as well. So, see you next episode. Bye.